Jai Shri Ram. The four canons of science. The word canon, CANON, has two meanings. It means a principle, law, or rule by which something is judged. The word canon also means a list of holy books, sacred books of a religion. So, the four canons of science. Now, let's look at the four canons. Determinism. The universe is orderly and all events have meaningful systematic causes. There is a problem here which scientists do understand. Now, I personally think science is myopic, short sighted, because science focuses only on matter, it does not study consciousness. Science is myopic. Now, the double slit experiment has clearly led to the inescapable conclusion that consciousness is the ultimate reality because the electrons seem to be aware that they were under observation. Thomas Young conducted the double slit experiment. Please look into that. I made a video also earlier. So, electrons seem to be aware that they are under observation, and when the sensors were switched on, the electrons were behaving like particles, but when the sensors were switched off, the electrons started behaving like wave energy, which led to the inescapable conclusion that electrons are aware that they are under observation. Now, this is a concept that was already mooted in the Vedas, because the Lord Krishna, Vishnu, Rama, Brahman permeates, Vasudeva permeates everything. That means he is immanent and transcendent. He is there within the subatomic particle and in the universe outside, beyond the particle, and beyond everything at the same time, simultaneously within everything. So, quantum mechanics, wide this experiment, double slit experiment, proved that consciousness is the ultimate reality. Now, scientists have never ever really tried to undertake any examination of consciousness. They only study matter. So, that is why my conclusion is science is myopic. Now, let us look at the four canons of science. The first one, determinism. The universe is orderly. I think in this very sentence, the arrogance of the scientist can be felt, can be sensed rather. Because when you say that the universe is orderly, the question arises, have you seen the whole of the universe? No. If you have not, then how did you arrive at it? We have no idea how big is the universe. The Hubble telescope sent some pictures, and all the pictures sent by the Hubble telescope put together is called the known universe. And anything beyond the range and capacity of the Hubble universe to take pictures, that is called the unknown universe. Of course, there are more powerful telescopes that have been put in orbit, more powerful than Hubble telescope. Right, Hubble is the name of the American astronomer who is known as the father of astronomy, conveniently ignoring all the Hindu rishis who were masters of Jyotisha Shastra, which is light astronomy. So, of course, there is a astrology part that is different. I am not discussing that now. So, they have conveniently, anyway, because the telescope was made by them, I think it is fair that we allow them to do that. But astronomy was a subject thoroughly studied by the Hindus. So now the universe is orderly is questionable. How do you know? Then we have a chaos theory also. Butterfly effects are seen everywhere. There seems to be total disorder, and probably within the disorder a higher order which we don't understand. So you have not yet seen the whole of the universe, but still you are coming to a conclusion which I think is arrogance. So, first of all, determinism, the universe is orderly, is an arrogant statement of a myopic scientist. So, those who apotheosize science must think a little, because there are many sensible people who have bought into the idea that science alone is important and adhyatmika chintana is not. I am using the word adhyatma because the Western word spirituality in English falls short of the profundity of the word adhyatma. Okay, spirituality can at best be defined as the search for self-knowledge. Adhyatma encompasses a whole range of concepts which come under Vedanta or the knowledge of the Vedas, which is again enshrined and encapsulated in the Bhagavad Gita. Now, we have not seen the universe, we have no idea how big the universe is, But still, if you jump to this conclusion, so that it is orderly, then you are arrogant. So apotheosizing science is not sensible. To apotheosize means to glorify as a god, raised to the level of a saint. So there are many fools, of course, so-called reformers, who in their hyper-evangelistic fervor, they condemn all religion, especially Hinduism, and think that they have done a great job, but they are actually exposing their own stupidity and idiocy. Because if you listen to what I am saying, you have not seen the universe, and how did you come to the conclusion that it is orderly? And there is something called the unknown universe. And how do you know it's only universe? Why not multiverse? How have you? That is why we say Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayaka. Infinite number of universes could be there. How do you know there is only one here? The quantum mechanics suggests parallel universes, and 11 dimensions. Quantum mechanics is very close to Vedantic concepts. Some scientists have begun to understand this much at least. So this canon, first one itself, is faulty. All events have meaningful systematic causes. They are actually contradicting themselves. I would like to rip this apart anyway some other time, because otherwise this video will become too long. This is another assumption. In fact, that could be true, but there are many things we do not know why they happen, how they happen, but we have just assumed it's an axiom, which we are not willing to examine. What is the meaning, by the way, of a rainbow? What is the meaning of a mountain? What is the meaning of a tree? What is the meaning of a rose? What is the meaning of water? What is the meaning of fire? What is the meaning of your existence? Ask the scientists. They have no answers, but they will boldly write this. All events are meaningful. This is the problem with the scientist. Empiricism, to make observations to figure out the order of the universe. There are so many things which you cannot observe. You have to intuit. Or you need, of course, then again you need powerful instruments with which again you are observing. But even these powerful instruments have a limit, isn't it? There is a limit beyond which we cannot observe. DNA testing at best is an approximation. Ask the scientist, why is sugar sweet? Why is fire hot? Can you remove heat from fire? Can you remove saltiness from salt? I can go on asking you questions like this for which there will be no answers. Why is sugar sweet? Can they remove sweetness from sugar? Okay, again this problem, empiricism, empirical means factual, to make observations. Hey my dear scientist, there are many things for which you cannot observe. You are only, we are stretching our ability inch by inch, but I don't think we can ever really be, because every scientific instrument has its own limit. Parsimony, adoption of the simplest assumption in the formulation of a theory or in the interpretation of data. This is fine, I accept. Occam's razor is there. Occam's razor. Adoption. Make it simple but not simpler. Albert Einstein warned also. So simplest assumption. Why? Listen, sometimes some things are so complex that simplification, simplistic, facile oversimplifications don't work also. Occam's razor is mentioned there anyway. A rule in science is saying that, okay, fine. Even Occam's razor is faulty, like I just said. Testability. Theories can be tested. Confirmable or disconfirmable. Can all theories be tested? Philosophy is called the mother of science, because science takes ideas from philosophy, tests them, and whatever can be tested is now property of science. But there are a million ideas in Vedanta, and science has just scratched the surface, as I said. So there are many theories which you are not able to test. Simply because you are not able to test, should we discard the theory? If logically it makes sense, why not? Anyway, I will stop here. So don't over glorify science. Science has its own limits. So there are so many scientists, very knowledgeable people, who will fight? There is no consensus. Quantum mechanics and classical physics are incompatible, but we have accepted them, and many appliances, gadgets, machines, all these amenities that we enjoy today, some were possible because of the discoveries of quantum physics, and some were possible because of the discoveries of classical physics. So quantum mechanics and classical physics are completely incompatible. Classical physics talks about four states of matter, solid, gas, liquid and plasma, and also four dimensions, four dimensional universe, length, breadth, depth, time. Quantum mechanics says there are at least 11, there is no limit actually. And there are no states of matter, everything is in a state of flux, anything can become anything else. So, and holographic universe, nothing is real. Schrodinger's cat is also there. Study about Schrodinger's cat. Einstein was disproved by the Bell's theorem. Einstein mistakenly thought that there is nothing that can be faster, that nothing can move faster than speed of light. Tachyons, TACHYONS, move faster than speed of light. Anyway, Bell's theorem disproved him. There could be two subatomic particles, that is, they are twins. Any number of twins could be possible. One in Jupiter, one right now here, which I am accidentally poking, and the movement of this fellow will make the twin of this fellow somewhere in Jupiter move simultaneously, and that movement is simultaneous, which means that it must have traveled, the message must have traveled faster than speed of light. So many scientists have tried to give explanations that no, there is no message traveling, it is just something it is happening. So they tried to use all their intelligence to somehow reject the possibility. So anyway, nobody has any firm proof, but Einstein has been disproved. Einstein was humble enough to accept that. Einstein also believed in the solid state universe like Newton, but later solid state universe. Later he accepted that he made a mistake there, and he also accepted. Newton was not like that. Newton unfortunately was a fanatical Christian. Newton's biggest blunder was coming to the conclusion that the earth is about 4,000 years old based on information in the Bible. Abraham was 2,000 years prior to Jesus, and so he added the age of Adam, 900 years Adam lived, so Cain lived, so he added up all these chronologies and then arrived at a ridiculous figure. That is, I think, the stupidity of Sir Isaac Newton. He didn't have the humility to apologize to the world. He said that the earth is 4,500 years old only, based on information in the Bible, simply because he was a fanatical Christian. Today, ask any school kid, he will tell you the earth is believed to be at least 5 billion years old based on our Big Bang theory. And anyway, that is the best theory we have. Tomorrow we can have a better theory, because as science expands, we will say the Big Bang theory was an immature one. Here we have a better one. So that is what science is all about. The moment scientists become dogmatic, that is a science. That is a sign that the scientist is not really a scientist. So scientists are also dogmatic in thinking that this is the only way you can know reality. That's a dogma, isn't it? Scientists are adamant and dogmatic in saying that this is the only way, by scientific method only we can know. That itself is dogma. Therefore, scientists have the humility to understand that there could be other ways of knowing whatever is there. So it need not be a universe, it could be multiverse. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this small discussion. The four canons of science should be shot down with a big cannon. Jai Shri Ram.